Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Healthy Goals Wednesdays. And I'm Heather, if you didn't know. So today, Gail is unable to make it to the live. So we'll see her next time. So everything's fine. No worries. Um, just thought I'd let you know. So you just have me all by myself. Anyways, so I want to welcome in Lori from It All Adds Up. Let's see who else is here. Let's see. I got to figure out how to get my little thing to scroll up. Let's see. Anne is here. Hello, Anne. Welcome in. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. And I thank you for being here for Healthy Goals Wednesdays. So let's start off. There's a few things that we can talk about today, but I wanted to start off with, finding out how your week has gone from last time we talked. Is there anything that you struggled with? Anything that you did well? Please share in the comments how that went. Let's see. I'll start off with me while you guys are typing in what you're going to put in. I've been doing the rebounder. I've been doing 100 bounces like 3 times a day, 100 bounces like 3 different times a day. And I don't just bounce into the rebounder, but I'm doing like different things like with my feet like this, my feet like a little bit. I'm not going all wacko or anything. So anyways, so I've been doing that. And so, hi, Jan, welcome in. Hi, Ariella, welcome in. And so I've been doing that every day. And so I had a heel spur in the bottom of one of my heels, and I had it for like a year. And this was a few years back. Well, anyways, I ended up going to the doctor over it because I was in agonizing pain, right? And so, how do I do this? Oh yeah. Okay. Anyways, the bone spur on the bottom of my heel was just agonizing, burning pain. So I went to the doctor and they sent me to physical therapy. And the physical therapist actually had me put this stuff called KT tape and wrap it around my the bottom of my heel and up around the top of my ankle. Anyways, instantly when she put it on, the physical therapist, instantly before I even stood on it, I could feel a relief, right? So I did that over the course of 3 to 4 weeks, gone, no more issues. But because I had been dealing with it for a whole year, the ankle bone on the outside of that foot was swelling and having pain because I wasn't walking right, because it hurt. So I was agitating, whatever muscle was hair or something. Anyways, it was getting agitated by my ankle bone for so long. And it was getting less and less, but I was still dealing with it 2 years later until I got my rebounder. And guess what? It's gone. It doesn't swell up. So usually when it gets hot out, it would swell up. And even at the end of the day, it would be a little swollen and hot or whatever. No swelling. Not at all. It's just perfectly fine. And I have not changed anything in my diet or anything. So I really think that hi, Jennifer, welcome in. It is due to the rebounder. So now I told you guys a while back that I had fallen on a cement pad where my chicken coop is. And when I fell face first. And so I put my arms up so I didn't hit my face into the cement. Well, I'm one of those that doesn't like to go to the doctor. Anyways, so my arm, I could not use my arm for a couple months. It hurt so bad. I don't know what I did. And so I messed up my whole arm right here and shoulder and my collarbone and the back of my. Anyways, I went and did chiropractor and physical therapy for that. It was a pinched nerve, what had happened, but it was going down my whole side of my body because I'd waited for so long to have anything done about it. So it was going down to like my rib cage and like my hip and everything like that. So I was also having hip pains because of that pinched nerve that haven't been quite relieved from the physical therapy, and it's gone. And I think it's the rebounder. Yeah, so when you're using the rebounder, it like opens up all your. I'll leave it. There's like a paper on the floor and I felt the need to get it, but no. Anyway, so that has helped as well. Yeah, it was a pull. It was a because of all the pain that I was having all up in my neck and my whole shoulder area. It was from the pinched nerve and it was trickulating down even into my thigh. Um, anyways, so now it's gone, completely gone. So, anyways, I dealt with that for about 2 years. Yeah. And so then my oldest son the other day says, "It looks like you've lost a bunch of weight." And I'm like, "I don't know, but maybe." Yes. So maybe. I don't know. I'm not one for the scale. So, anyways, so that I wanted to share with you some things about that has happened recently. Um, yeah, yeah. So, like I said, I haven't changed my diet, my daily like stretching and exercise and things that I do normally every day and farm stuff and all that stuff is the same. I mean, pretty much. You know what I mean? So, there we go. So that's nice. Um, Anybody else got something they would like to share? Ooh, that sounds good. Okay. I know I'm excited once my apples are ready, although I can't. Hmm. Now that got me to thinking. So I was thinking I can't just pick the apples off the tree forever and just make some fresh like smoothies or juices, but I could pre-make them and freeze them. That's an idea. Hmm? No soybean allergy. Woohoo! Yay! That's one thing off the list, right, Nancy? Yeah, so if you have not followed each other, make sure you guys check each other's channels that way out, that stuff. Anyways, so now I want to share with you. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Gail couldn't make it today. She's fine. Don't worry. Just thought I'd let you know just in case you popped in or watch this later. I have this little chart here, which is actually kind of cool. It's a taste test. Name that food. Fill in the chart with information about the foods you taste in class or at home. So let's see if you guys can see it. Oh my goodness. So here's that. I can take a photo of it and post it on my posts on my page. So what you do is you write down the name of the food, what color, shape, maybe for younger people. You don't have to do all those. Texture and taste, whether you would like to try that again, try it again later. So you just write that down, whether you liked it or not. And it's just kind of like a little chart to have on your refrigerator if you are trying new foods for your family, to see what everybody thinks. And maybe you could have like a pen or a pencil, hanging down off of a string and everybody can, mark how they feel about something. I don't know, it's just an idea. Just an idea to talk about or think about something, because sometimes people will be like, oh, yeah, that was great. Well, in my family, they're like, no. They'll tell me, hi, PNS, welcome in. Hope you're having a great week. Let's see what else we're going to go over. Okay, let's go over some fresh, frozen, and canned. Enjoy fruits and vegetables in all their forms. So there's not a best form of fruits and vegetables. Each has its pros and cons. So for fresh, the pros are great variety, able to touch, smell, and see before you buy it. Can cost less when you purchase them in season. Yeah, that is a really good idea. So Anne says I need to write down what I eat so I can tell what my pattern is, and I eat less than more. So yeah, that's very good to keep track of what you eat. Even if you chew a piece of gum, write it down, right? Yeah, growing it is even better. The cons of fresh is must be used quickly before going bad, need to learn about ripeness and storage, can cost more if not in season. So here's some tips. Fresh produce when in season can save money. Ask the produce clerk how to select or store unfamiliar produce. Or go to your favorite YouTube people. Oh, I'm just kidding. Purchase enough for 1 week or the amount of time before you will shop again. So there's some ideas. Frozen. The pros for frozen. Frozen at peak freshness can cost less compared to out of season produce. Long shelf life up to 6 months depending. Limit little preparation required, available year round. The cons to frozen may have added sodium, sugar, and or fat or something else. Texture changes with freezing on some things. So that list that I was showing you that you could have on the refrigerator, like say you have some fresh zucchini and then a couple days later you have some frozen zucchini. Did your family like the fresh better than the frozen, or the canned better than the frozen or the fresh? Some people have different, taste buds and stuff like that. Yeah. So when you are shopping for frozen foods, again, you need to read your ingredients and the things on your packages and make sure you know what it is that is listed on the ingredients. If you don't know what that is, stand there and look up the ingredients. You know what I mean? Do your research. So choose frozen fruits with vegetables with no sodium, sugar, or fat added. Store at 0 degrees Fahrenheit or lower to prevent nutrient loss. Oh, I know. Those are really good. Hi, Tammy. Welcome in. For anybody who's popped in here, Gail is not here today. She wasn't able to make it. Don't worry about her. She's fine. Nothing's wrong. That sounded weird. Don't worry about Gail. No, she's fine. Okay, now, so canned. What are the pros for canned? Canned at peak freshness can cost less compared to out of season produce. Long shelf life, 2 to 4 years. Do your research. Little preparation required, available year round. The cons to canned foods may have added sodium. Sodium is salt, sugar, and or fat. Texture changes with canning. Also, what are some tips for canned food items? Choose canned vegetables low in sodium and fat. Choose fruit canned in juice. Rinse off canned vegetables before using them to reduce sodium. That is a very, very good tip. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. So there's a lot of things that you can add into you can add into smoothies or juices. There's like all kinds of good things. Just make sure you do your research on what the ingredients are that you are actually adding if it's going to be beneficial to you. Okay, so like one thing that's really important besides getting your body moving and drinking water and trying to eat, at home and not eat like the processed foods, the boxed foods, the frozen dinners and out to eat at fast food restaurants and stuff like that. Although you can try to pick healthier options at those like restaurants and stuff like that, and every once in a while, you know what, have yourself some french fries or something, if if you're not doing it consistently, why not, right? So let's talk about some seasonal produce to eat seasonally, like our ancestors used to do. What they would do is whatever would grow during that season that would be fresh that you could pick, like say the apples off the tree, you're going to eat whatever things you can make with apple the most while they're fresh, and put away the rest of it in, can it or however preserving methods were or are, you know. Okay, so remember, fresh produce varies in different parts of the country, so it depends on your area. Summer, June, July, August: apples, apricots, avocados, bananas, beets, berries, blueberries. Why do they have to do that? Okay. Cabbage, cantaloupe, carrots, cherries, corn, cucumbers, dill, eggplant, figs, green beans, limes, mangoes, melons, nectarines, okra, onions, peaches, pears, peas, peppers, pineapple, plums, potatoes, prunes, summer squash or potatoes, tomatoes, and watermelon. So right now is summertime. Well, not maybe not for everybody. So, meal prep. Yes, meal prep and freezer meals are a really good thing to do. And so, um, find some channels that are doing some meal prep type things and see if they make sense. Watch several of them, make sure that they're properly doing it and that they're making sense to you, to give you some ideas because in the winter time, sometimes it's harder to get out, because of, weather or whatnot. So yeah, yeah. Okay. So meal prepping can help so that you're not scrambling and just grabbing, if you have like things that are not as healthy choices in your home, you're not grabbing the cookie and eating the pack of cookies, versus if you meal prepped, you could pull that out the night before or the morning before, and that's what you're having. You know what I mean? So making a list like on the refrigerator, um, of all the meals that you want to eat for the week, so like smoothies. Like I want strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, name all the different smoothies you could make and list them all down for the whole week. And it doesn't mean Monday you have to have strawberry because you listed strawberry first. You can do whatever one you want, but those are the choices that you have to go to, right? Hmm. Yeah, so that's a good idea to write that down. And if there's things that you want to add when you do grocery shopping or to food banks, a lot of times you can ask somebody, "Hey, can I pick your apples or your plums?" Or sometimes in your local, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Like on Facebook or something where they have a local community where people will post, "Hey, I've got lots of plums on my tree. If you want to come by at, such and such day and time, you can pick as many as you want for free." So there's stuff like that. Um, so there's that. Let's see. We won't read into the other stuff. There's all kinds of other stuff seasonally, fall, winter, spring. We can read that later on if you guys want to. Yeah, marketplace. A lot of times people just want it picked off their trees so it doesn't fall on the ground, right? Yeah. So getting different recipe ideas too. Like sometimes if you watch several of those channels who are doing meal preps, you might be like, oh, I never thought about that. So there's an idea there. Yeah, marketplace. Definitely check out your marketplace. Now's the time because I used to do that quite a lot, go out and pick and pick and pick. And we'd bring all the buckets and containers we could and just pick as much as we could. I'd do it with a friend and we'd split whatever it was that we were getting. Yeah. So, hi, Robin. Welcome in. I didn't notice she just popped in. Hi, Robin. So, let's see. And like I've always said, is like when you can't always do this because either you can't get to the store or you forgot to get something at the store, or you didn't grow something at home. Sometimes you don't have the option, but having a variety of colors on your plate when you're eating um, helps ensure that you're getting multiple different vitamins and nutrition coming in from, a various, different things. So that's good for your system. Let's see. Sometimes good banks toss a lot out because it's too ripe. But you can ask them if you call. Yeah. So our local food bank that we have here, they have, for people who need to go to the food bank and get stuff for their family to eat, they get their stuff like the canned stuff and whatever stuff that they're giving out. And then they have a separate side that has the fresh vegetables and produce. So if they choose to, they can go over there. Hi, Linda. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Anyways, so the produce vegetable side, the people who go and get their food boxes can go over there if they wish and get fresh stuff, whatever is available. Yeah, that's funny. Anyways, so but a lot of people tend not to choose to do that. They like the stuff that's already made. So then what they do at the end of the week is they give it to a local pig farmer, which is great and everything. But then, I mean, the pigs get fed that, produce and stuff like that. So anybody's welcome to go and get this produce. And I feel like I've popped in there once, but I feel bad because I don't want to take from anybody, but they're like, oh, it's just going to go bad. So I don't know, maybe. But also there's people like in my county, like at some of the stores, not the big box stores, but littler like mom and pop stores, maybe locally owned like gas stations and stuff. People will put like a big box out of like canned stuff that they got extra or fresh apples or whatever's in season. They'll fill it. Even plants in the early spring, people just set it there and you can take one or a couple or whatever if you need it. So don't be afraid to do that. Multiple colors may be good unless it's, oh yeah, I already read that. Yeah, Root Loops. Anyways, so yeah. So how is everybody doing with their gardens or hitting up the farmers markets and trying to put some things up for the year if you do that? I'm like, maybe you don't do that. Um, I'm doing okay. My garden's still growing, so I haven't really gotten any produce out of my garden yet, just because I got it in late and it was like too cold to put the garden in. It was like in the 40s at night for quite a long time, so I waited a little bit longer, which is fine because I have a very long growing season. My first frost date isn't until like the first or second week of November, so I've still got quite a while. And I didn't get as much stuff planted as I could have. That's okay. So, have you guys been moving around this week and getting your body going? Oh, poor Jennifer. Send Jennifer extra seeds. She doesn't get to do much of a garden this year. Next year, though, Jennifer, you're going to go hog wild. I bet Jennifer's going to have like every square inch with something in it. Yeah, good. That's what matters, keep trying. And if you're like, oh, I didn't do so great today. Well, tomorrow's a new day, right? So it's just, you know, some of it is mentally trying to get mentally motivated to do things and getting it like into a system and consistent. And then sometimes there's things physically that keep us from doing it, but we just got to keep going forward with when we can and trying. Mhm. Yeah, Jan's been doing a lot of outdoor exercise kind of stuff. What do you call that? Farm work, garden work, stuff like that. Let's see. Whoops, I meant to put that one up there. So squash bugs killed my pumpkins. Now my watermelon vines with my big watermelons. I'm picking them off. Shoot. I wonder why. Well, for me, I feel like if you get a lot of moisture in the winter time, maybe there's lots more like mosquitoes because it's moist. We didn't get very much moisture. It's very dry drought here in Oregon, in my part of Oregon. Oh no, that's not fun. But that's good that you get it fixed. Next year, you won't even be able to see the house from there. Yeah, yeah, you do. That'll be great. Can't wait to see it. It's top secret. Jan has been riding her bicycle. Yeah, like what Linda says, hit that thumbs up. And if you're watching the replay, please leave a beautiful comment. I don't think so. Uh-oh, you're in trouble now. Anyways, so yeah, I just hope you guys are getting busy doing things. I know Tammy's been doing great. She's been getting more active that she shared, getting more active and doing things and doing better eating and stuff like that. So that's funny. So we've been on for 30 minutes and I feel like I've talked a lot, but then I feel like I need to keep talking. So let's see. I don't know what to say. We can get away from the healthy goal stuff and just randomly talk. Yeah. Okay, so let's randomly talk. So I am working on making fabric baskets. Um, but I think I'm gonna use them at home. That I'm not gonna put them. Well, especially this basket. It's gonna be huge, too huge to ship. So serious. So, um, let's see. This will be the inside of the basket, and I'm just showing you a piece. This will be the outside of the basket, and I'll show you a picture so you guys know what it'll look like. So they look like that. So that's what I'm making. But I'm not going to put them online because this thing, I'm not kidding you. Where is my pieces to it? Trying to find all the pieces. Hold on. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So I'm making two, one with this and the green on the outside, and then one with the flowers. But look at it's huge. Like like this is huge like basket. Not huge, but it's pretty big. So I wouldn't want to ship it. Anyway, so I'm going to make two of them. I'm going to use probably one for towels. I don't know, just for organizing. So that's that. But I've got lots of things that I want to start sewing and doing. I have a dress um, eventually that I'm going to make pretty soon. I'm going to show how to use like tank top and then measure your body to figure out how to make a dress. Ooh, that's cool. Wow, that's neat. Mhm. So there's that. So I'm going to be working on various different kinds of bags that aren't quite as big for that. And then I'm going to do a dress that's going to, like I said, with a tank top as the pattern and show how to measure it so you can get the right length and fullness for you. And I'm going to be using all these and I'm going to be doing them in strips. So it'll be like strips on the tank top part. And then once you get like past the belly button, the strips will be just a little bit wider. So the strips on the top will probably only be like a couple inches wide, but there's like 6 different colors in that pattern. So that'll be fun. Thank you. Let's see. Hi, Charles. Welcome in. They are. So, what kind of bags? So, I'm going to do, I'm working on doing a bread bag that is more like square with, I'm going to test a couple things out maybe with Velcro. Um, and gosh, lots of bags. Small bags that you can use for traveling or just like all kinds of bags. So I'm gonna be the bag lady. So yeah, that and just upcycling and doing some different stuff with denim and aprons and yeah, lots of sewing. Lots of sewing. I have a list. I have lots of lists. Do you guys do this? So I write my lists and then I take really good notes. I write down my research and everything. And then, hi, Carol, welcome in. And then I misplaced my binder or my notebook. So I probably got like millions of lists somewhere. Let's see what else. Hot pot pads. Um, I am going to be working on a book bag, book cover, bookmarkers kind of like thing. Um, I've got a special backpack that I want to make. Let's see what else. Some headbands, head wraps, stuff like that, some soap and things like that. So, yeah, lots of projects. Yeah, I always lose my list. And for grocery shopping, when I used to grocery shop, sometimes I'd make a list and I would stick it in my wallet so I'd remember it. But would I pull it out and use it while I was grocery shopping? No. No. It's just always in my head. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I know I need this, this, and this. If it's something more uncommon that we don't like use as often, maybe I'll forget about that. So yeah. Ooh, yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah. But I usually manage to get everything on my list when I was going shopping. So so now my husband, because he does the grocery shopping, because he picks up his lunch stuff um, on Mondays from a store that's like closer to his work. Anyways, so he will ask me what do I need, it's hard for me to make the list. So I text him, and it's always the same stuff. He just doesn't remember. I just don't use it. I know I have it. I just don't. I won't use it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like apps. I I don't know. I have some apps on my phone, but I feel like it because I have so many photos and videos on my phone. Like, I don't know. Hmm. Hello, Miss Lake Files. Now, okay, if there's a specific recipe that's like a different one that I haven't used, then yeah, maybe the list will be important. And then in that case, sometimes I'll text it to my husband or text it to a friend what I need, and then I'll just go off that. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, so from this point forward, put in the comments what your healthy goals Wednesday week goals are. Like what are you going to try to work on more um to make a healthier you? So, um yeah. So did you guys all drink more water? Yep, that's important. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, that isn't fun. More smoothies. That would be good, Robin. Yeah, that's cool. I have a smoothie book. I'll have to look through that. My favorite is like baby spinach and apples and like maybe I don't know, maybe like a pinch of honey or something. Mm, You can do anything, right? Mm, Yeah, drinking more water. Yeah. Well, hopefully the season will change just a little tad bit and get rid of whatever it is that's bugging you. You'll float away. More sleep, fingers crossed. Oh, yeah. So is it more quieter during the day, Ariella? You might have to be like a day sleeper. I got another blood sugar machine. So I'm monitoring my diabetes more. Other than that, I just try to do better. That's good. That'll probably really help you out a lot. Okay, so Tammy says to keep going with what I'm doing, intermittent fasting daily, low carb exercise mainly. Okay. Not to die of heat stroke while working. Oh my gosh. So that, yeah, heat. We're going through a serious heat wave right now, too. I got a new clinic in November and got my cholesterol pills bumped up. That's good to keep track and monitor that stuff because when things kind of start seeming like they're going off, it's good to go get it checked out right away because it could be your prescription amount and stuff. Yeah. Wow. That's so hot. That's creepy. Well, it's normal. I mean, it's July, right? Yeah, nights are a circus there. Oh, that's not fun. That's cool. Yeah. So you can put in like a like wetting a thing and putting it around your neck, longer than that, but wet it, wring it out so that it's like not leaking all over, unless you want it leaking all over. And then, put that up and running your wrists under cold water will help cool you off, not for long term, but if you're sweating, you know, stay home on hot days. Yeah. It's hard for me because I'm used to being outside and doing things all day long outside. And it's so dang hot that there's no outside. So, okay. Yeah. Right. Lemon water. Very good. hmm Yeah. They really help. Those are really cool. I mean, if you can get some ice packs in the freezer and wrap them with like a thin fabric, put them between your legs. I know that might sound a little TMI, but you need to cool off, right? Yeah, that's so crazy. Like to me, 70s would be perfect. I can do all kinds of stuff in 70-degree weather, but we don't have as high of humidity as Canadians, or at least in that area. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so they made a new law here. I don't know if it pertains to every county, but the law is you are not allowed to splash in any body of water, whether it's a creek, a stream, a lake, a pool. You are not allowed to splash or you will get a $500 fine. So if I go to splash my dog because he's like gonna die, he's with heat or whatever, I get fined, I'm gonna splash him again, then what? Oh, yeah. I'm such a light sleeper that I would not be able to sleep with that noise at all. Maybe you can get some of those, what do you call a sound blocking something? I have actually a kiddie pool that I have for my starts outside. I'm going to make a short. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to rinse it out and I'm going to get in it. Wow. It's like a dry heat here. Yeah. Like it's yeah, we were in the 40s all winter long. We had snow. We had like I think it was like about an inch, inch and a half maybe of snow this last winter and it melted immediately. Usually we have like 6 to 10 inches of snow a couple times throughout the winter. So we're in some serious drought. Serious drought. Be careful with splashing animals if they're out in the sun with cold water. You can make them have seizures and strokes. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. Yuck. Yeah, I'm a hillbilly. I don't do that. I'm gonna splash water wherever I want to splash water. uh, you guys can call me the. Oh, I gotta tell you this. It's funny. So for me and my husband's anniversary last month, we went to the coast and we went to this restaurant and the guy that was waiting on us was really nice. He had a little farm, talking farm stuff and all kinds of stuff. And for some reason, he says, "Well, you seem like kind of like the earthy type." And conversation just kept happening and I'm like, I tried not to show any like thing on my face. And I'm like, what does that mean? And so I was wearing, what was I wearing? I was wearing jeans and like, I don't know. And I'm like, don't stink. Okay. Hmm. Ah, thank you. Yeah. I don't know. Mm. So I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Uh, oh, okay. Thanks, Jennifer. Actually, like back in high school, so I had the bang, not really high bangs, but I curled my bangs under and I would put stuff in my hair and my hair was a little curly. Hi Tamara, thanks for coming in. We're just chit-chatting now. Um I don't know, and I always dressed like so I worked at J. Jacobs, which was a clothing store, so I wore the up to date whatever clothes because I worked there because I got a good discount. So I was dressed really nice, and still people would say I'd make a good hippie. Eh, whatever. So, uh, hmm, I don't know. The modern hippie, the modern earthy chick. I don't know. Yeah, I think I need the new sheriffs to come out this way. Clean up. Clean up downtown Port. Good luck though. You might want backup. So do I look dirty? Is that it? I don't know. Whatever. Yep. You should have seen me. So we went to dinner at a golf course on what day was it? A couple days ago. Um, for a burger inside. They have like they serve food in there. Well, I'm in there and still eating. So my younger son wanted to go whatever, put some balls or whatever. And so um they go out. My husband goes out with my son after they eat to help set him up. And anyways, I'm stuck in there and there's all these people in there. I feel really super out of place because to me, the people that were there, I hope nobody takes any offense to it, was like, you know, the upper society type people drinking beers and her. Oh my gosh, I felt so out of place. I did. Uh hmm, that's interesting. Well, thank you, Jan. Yeah, I can hobnob with them, but when it's 90 degrees out and I ate my burger and I'm waiting on the sun to finish putting, I want to go home. It was hot. It was disgusting. Hi, Troy. Welcome in. Oh, you're okay. Thank you for coming. I know it's been a while. Thank you for coming. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, tonight at another time, Linda will be having a guest. Linda, I forget. I looked, but now don't remember. Linda will be having a guest on her channel who may or may not be an earthy type of a person. I don't know. We'll find out. So go check her out. She will be in an hour ish in 7 minutes from now. Something like that. I don't even know what time it is. So let me look. Hmm. An hour and 8 minutes from now at another time. So let's see. We need airfares, Ariella. We're on a tight budget. Who isn't on a tight budget? Please raise your hand and I'll give you my address for Christmas presents. I'm just kidding. Uh, so, yep, there's the link. Thank you, Jan, for Linda's interview that she will be doing tonight from another time. Yeah. So keep moving your body. So they say, and I know you guys have all heard this, if you don't use it, you lose it. So keep moving. Move it. Move it, move it, move it, move. Did you guys see my short yesterday? It was dorky. So I filmed it upright like you do for shorts, but I had to do it in two separate pieces. And then I did it on Canva to put the two together. So it was me fanning myself with my sunglasses, and it's so hot outside. And then I go out and I crack an egg on a brick. And as soon as I crack the egg on the brick, the egg slides right off of it. That was so cool. Mm, yeah, happens, right? Yeah. Yeah, I like doing the fun shorts. It's funny. So I'm trying to figure out here's what I and what you guys should know by now. So what I really want to do is I want to be able to create a YouTube short while playing the music at the same time for YouTube and showing me dancing to the music instead of making the video, then picking the music. Does that make sense? So that way I can hear the beat and everything. You know, the budget now about robotics. My water pump. Ooh, yeah. Yep. I had nothing to say. Can you believe that? So I hope everybody's doing well and moving forward and all the great things and trying to get through the heat waves if you guys are having heat waves and all that stuff. I still haven't moved my chicks in with the chickens. They're getting big. Anyways, I have to separate the roosters from the hens and then I don't know, put them in the coop at night and it doesn't get dark until like 10:30, 11. So it's like I'm too tired or we're having a heat wave. So I'll get there. And now my youngest son is gone, so I don't have him to help me. So it'll be next week sometime, maybe. Ah, okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think it's rude that they do that, but Ariel has got a whole song now. It's just, what is that? Tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. RSO oil. What's that? I don't really use oil that much when I do cooking. I mean, if it's like cake or I don't know, something that calls for it, but I try not to use very much. Oh, see? I don't know. I see an ant, sugar ants. I have another name for them, but I can't say it on here. So, mhm. So, anyways, um, thank you guys all for being here and supporting me today. And next week, Healthy Goals Wednesdays will be on Gail's Southern Living over at her channel. She'll post a link next week that you guys can all see, and I'll share that in my post thingy. Did you guys want me to post in my posts, if anybody wants me to, that little chart? Where'd it go? Up in my posts. If somebody wants me to, I will. If not, then I won't. Here it is. It was the taste test chart. Not that you have to use that exact one, but it's an idea. I'll just post it anyways. Maybe there's somebody else that will watch the thing. Anyways. Okay. Great. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, everybody. Herbs. That's awesome. Well, you guys continue to have a wonderful week. Keep doing the things. Okay. Thank you, Anne. I will. Keep doing all the things that you're doing and just keep moving forward. Keep putting things away. If you can go get some stuff from local areas to put up, do it. Just do it. Just to have it. You all know. So, anyways, thank you. And I'm just really appreciative that you guys are all here. So don't forget to go see Linda at another time in an hour and see who she's interviewing. Could be, somebody we might know or not. All right. See you guys later.